For our session today, we are going to revise together about improving your informal writing. As you know, for English language, we have two types of writing, formal and informal, and two types of spoken language, and we can say formal and informal, okay? Different kinds of English. I'd like someone to start reading this. Omar?
مستر كان ريد
Who?
عمر البراء.
Okay, Omar, okay. Please, if you have any sound beside you, please mute yourself. Use your mic, sorry. Yes, start on.
Different kinds of English. In order to achieve the best possible grade in the exam, it's important to be aware of what the examiner expects from your answer. The IGCSE syllables for the
Syllabus.
syllabus syllabus
Yes,
for
for
the
the
writing
writing.
paper states that you should be able to employ appropriate register style.
Yes, for register, it means by register the style of writing. The style of writing. It can be formal or informal, or we can say the correct level of language according to the particular situation. Okay. Yes, Omar, complete, please.
It also states that the tasks for the writing paper will be distinguished by requiring
Distinguished.
distinguished
Distinguished.
distinguished by requiring different purposes, formats, audience,
Audiences
audience
register.
يعني
Okay.
audience register. When referring to language, register can be defined as the use of socially appropriate language. In other words, using the correct level of language suit suit a particular situation.
Yes, so register, as we said, the use of socially appropriate language or using the correct level of language to suit a particular situation. For example, if I'm writing to my friend, it will be different if I write to my boss, I mean the leader of my company, for example, yes? The language of writing will be different. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. If I'm talking with my friend, I use friendly language, so I use informal
Inform.
writing, yes. But if I am talking with my boss, I use what?
Uh, for formal
Formal
language.
language. Okay. Yes, complete, Omar.
Most languages have different registers or levels. The register you use when speaking to your friends will be very different from the register you use to speak to your grandmother.
Yes,
And
yes, because your grandmother is an old woman, so you must respect her when you talk or when you speak to her, yes?
yes,
But if you are talking to your friend, you can joke, you can kid, you can use, as you said, you can use the informal language when you speak to him. But for your grandmother, you must respect her, yes? So you
Yes,
need to use what? Formal
I
language. Okay?
yes.
Yes, complete, Omar. Hmm.
the words you choose will be different because your grandmother is probably not familiar with the modern expressions you use with friends. That
Yes.
the sentence structure you use with friends will be more flexible too. Even the grammar could be more relaxed compared to these examples of spoken language.
Yes, if you speak to your friend, for example, you can say, yes, Omar. Huh?
He says, "You are right. You're going up the city Monday."
Yes, in this, in this sentence, he used what here? He used informal language. But if we read the second example, if he speak to his, for example, if young person
Grandma.
speaking to his grandmother, what he can say? Huh?
Hello, grandma. How are you? Are you going to the city on Monday?
So he used here formal language. Yes,
Yes.
you know the difference till now? Huh? You see it?
Yes,
You follow me?
yes,
Yes,
yes.
So
yes,
if you
yes,
speak
Mr.
to your friend, you can use informal language because you know he has some Western expressions, and you can deal together in a free way, yes. But with your grandmother or with, for example, the boss, as we said before, you need to respect him. You need to use a formal language. You follow me?
Yes.
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 Huh? Let's complete. Omar? Huh?
If you are writing rather than speaking, there will again be differences. These will depend on whom you are writing to. Writing generally uses a more formal register than speech. Compare these examples of written and spoken language.
Yes.
Please let me know when you are arriving.
When you're arriving, huh?
You arrive. This informal written formal. I should be grateful if you would inform me of your expected time of arrival.
Yes, as we can see in the first sentence, he used here contraction form, yes? Apostrophe RE, you can see it, this one. You can see?
Yes.
Yes.
He used here short form, contraction form. So we can use the contraction form only in the informal writing. But for the formal writing, we cannot use the short form or contraction form like apostrophe. Okay, you know the difference in this point? Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'd like another one to complete reading with me.
Can I?
Sir, can I?
Who is he?
Muhammad.
Mister, can I read?
Your name please, huh?
Abbas.
Muhammad Islam.
Muhammad Islam and Abbas. Who else?
Yusuf
Mister,
Mustafa.
can I read?
Muhammad Mustafa. Yusuf
Okay,
Mustafa.
okay, Muhammad Islam, complete reading, huh?
Brief and briefing, could you fill in this form, please? Formal spoken.
As
I
we
should
can
be.
see, with Muhammad, he used was the word
Yes.
what here? Please, yes?
Yes.
Because it's what?
Formal.
Formal, yes, formal spoken. Complete Muhammad, huh?
I should be grateful if you would kindly provide the necessary information and the form attached.
Also formal, written,
Written.
yes, huh?
In the
Mhm.
exam, you are expected to show awareness of the differences between formal and formal registers and the ability to use the correct register according to the situation and the question.
Yes. How can we differentiate between here as here we are going to talk about the friend register or the informal writing. The style of writing, as we said, registered means the style of writing, okay? We are going to talk about the informal type. Start, Muhammad, please.
In the IGCSE exam, you may be asked to write a letter or to a friend, a pen friend, or a relative. We will call all such letters friendly letters because you need to use informal or friendly register when you write them. So, what is friendly register? Number one. Also, it is called friendly. It is not an informal as the language you would use when speaking to a friend.
Yes.
Although written it is not as formal as the language you would use when writing to a letter applying for a job. In other words, friendly registers is a level of
Wait,
language.
Muhammad, wait, please, for this point. Yes, for informal writing, I mean here, friendly register, you are going to write to your friend. So you are going to use informal register, yes. But if you write for a job for application, you need to use the formal language or formal writing. As we know, this here when we study the application letter, okay? But I'd
Okay.
like to add something
Okay.
for, as we know, in our recent years, no one used the letters, yes? We start to use emails, you know?
Yes.
So the form of emails, I mean for the four types of letters, sorry, as we studied before, descriptive, narrative, advice letter, the same form of writing an email, but we change the name of letter to be
Email.
email, okay? Yes, complete, Muhammad.
In other words, friendly register is a level of language which comes between informal spoken language and formal written language.
Yes.
Writing in friendly register. When writing in a friendly register, be careful not to make your level of language too informal. Do not include the following three features, which are often used when speaking to a friend.
Yes. The first one is slang. Do you know what I mean by slang?
I like to chill out at the beach. This is not correct. I like to relax at the beach.
Okay, listen to me. Do you know what I mean by the word slang?
No.
Slang is the language that we can talk together in our daily, in our day. For example, if I'm talking with Muhammad as my friend, okay,
افتح الباب
I
عشان
can
صوته
use,
معلم.
I can talk with him in a normal way because I know him well. I can use, please mute yourself if you have any sound beside you, please. Okay. So slang language, as we said, the informal language, I mean, okay, informal language. You follow me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, huh? Yes, Muhammad?
I like to chill out at the beach. I like to relax at the beach. Hanging out at the club is really cool. We enjoy going to the club.
Yes.
My mom she kinda like freaks out when I tell her about. My mom gets upset when I tell her about. My friend, she went like. My friend said or replied.
Yes, he asked from you to not use too informal language. As he used here some idioms by saying candlelight tricks. You can see, but we should write, my mom gets the update when I tell her about. But here in the first example that we can see the mark, this mark beside it, candlelight trick, this is an idiom, okay? So it's too informal, as I said, not to make your level of language too informal. So we can say, my mom gets upset when I tell her about. Okay, so avoid using idioms when you write informal writing. Yes, complete, Muhammad.
Number two, the word shortened to like phonetic. In other words, to look the way you use sound, such as how you doing, or how are you?
It's supposed to be
How are you?
How are you? Okay. Yes, complete.
Text message SMS style phonetics, such as you for you or small I instead of capital I, or a number to represent a word, for example, four instead of four, and so on.
It's illegal. It's not allowed to use short form when you write informal writing. Don't say, how are you? I'm writing the word you as one letter, you. It's not allowed. As I said, text message you. Sometimes we use when we write together on chatting, for example, Facebook, WhatsApp. Yes, we can use you instead of you as a word, as a pronoun. We can use for instead of for as a word. Yes, it's not allowed in the informal letter or informal writing. Okay, you must write the word as it is. You understand this point?
Yes.
Okay. Who left the session now? You are very many. I have many students inside the class, so I can't focus with you. Who left and who?
Mister, sometimes the network gets you out.
Me?
Sometimes the network gets you out. Sometimes the people leave by themselves.
Get them, yes?
Yes, he mean يعني
Yes,
get anyone.
Get anyone outside the session. Okay, okay. I understood the problem. Okay. So you understand the point number 3?
Yes.
Okay. Let's move together for the next part. On the other hand,
when writing in friendly register, be careful not to make your level of language too formal. Social interaction can be one of the benefits of sport. This looks like a sentence from a textbook.
Thanks so much, Muhammad.
Welcome, Mr. My pleasure.
Any problem till this part for the parts that we had?
No.
Do you have any problem? One of you, grade 8, please reply to me. Do you have any problem?
No, thank you, Mr.
Okay. Let's complete. Omar Ahmed. Omar.
Yes, mister.
Yes, Omar. Complete with me, please.
Okay. Improving. In fact, when writing in friendly register, you should try to simplify your language as much as possible.
See,
When you
yes,
try
here
this,
he asks from you to use a simple language when you write. Why? Let's complete.
when you
Omar,
try this, you will find that simplifying language very often involves expanding it. A large
yes,
number of simple words are needed to explain or replace bigger words. For example, imagine your friend is having difficulty understanding a certain section of science textbook and asks you for help. When you begin to explain what the text means, you find that you automatically replace long, complicated words with shorter, easier ones. You also need to use more words, and this helps to make your language less boring. Applying this to example above, the meaning of the phrase
social
social
interaction.
interaction
Yes,
could be expressed in friendly register by a phrase such as mixing and getting on with people, and the phrase benefits of sports
yes.
could be replaced.
When we try to explain the meaning of social interaction, we make we decrease the number of words when we simplify the word. Yeah, this word. I mean, by saying mixing and getting on with people. Yes, so we try to increase the number of words by simplifying. You follow me? Understand?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so simplifying help you to increase the number of words. As you know, this year you are required to write from between 150 to 200 words. Okay, you follow me, all of you? For
Okay,
the
Mr.
letter,
Yes.
you are required
Yes, Mustafa.
But
to write between 150 to 200. I know that last year you wrote from 100 to 150 words, yes?
Yes.
So
especially in the
this year will
exams,
be different. You need to write between 150 to 200 at maximum 200.
this
Okay.
is the exams.
Yes, but minimum 150 words.
Hmm.
Okay. Yes, Omar, complete.
And the phrase benefits of sport could be replaced by a phrase such as one of the good things about sport.
Yes, in this way we increase the number of the words. Yes, complete.
So the whole phrase
Omar.
could be
Huh?
rewritten in a friendly register as one of the good things about sport is that you get to be with people and learn how to get on with them.
Thanks so much, Omar. Commit, skip this part. Let's move together for friendly letters, the basics, and what can we do before writing friendly letters. At first, what are the types of friendly letters? Who know? The types of
Mr.
friendly
Can I say
letter. Yes, Omar. Okay.
descriptive letter or advice letter?
Again, please.
The descriptive and the advice.
Yes. Huh? Narrative,
Okay.
narrative
Yes,
letter,
narrative.
and
Uh,
descriptive narrative. We have four types. Okay. Descriptive, narrative, descriptive letter, narrative letter, descriptive narrative, and advice letter. Okay? Complete Omar before you write. Huh? What can we do?
before you begin to write your answer in the exam, it's extremely important to read the question several times and analyze it carefully.
Yes.
Often, some parts of the questions are implied. In other words, not all of the details about the situation are actually given to you. However, you must show that you are aware that information is missing by retelling it or including it in your letter. Many
Yes.
students are unaware of this. Others, perhaps because of the exam nerves or lack of time, fail to recognize this implied part and lose many marks. Only the students who are well prepared will find the hidden implications and supply a full answer. Look at the example of a friendly letter question.
Yes. Write to a relative.
Write to,
Write to, yes.
write to a relative who missed the family celebration, telling her or him all about it.
Yes,
A
Omar.
full answer A full answer will not only give details about what happened at the celebration, but also inform the reader why this relative missed the part.
Yes.
We will look for more examples and how to
We
deal
will
with
look
them.
at more examples.
As more examples and how to deal with them in this and the following unit. As you read a question, try to
Mr.
follow these steps.
Yes, mister.
Can I read?
Okay, after Omar finish, what's your name?
My name is Muhammad Reza.
Okay, Muhammad, after Omar finish, you will complete. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Omar. Huh?
Establish the fact according to the information both given and implied in the question. Where you're writing, where are you writing from? Home, another town, another country. Why are you writing? How do you feel at the time of
So
writing?
at first, we are going to talk about the setting, yes?
Yes,
Yes, then how do you feel? Huh?
at the time of writing.
Yes.
Establish
Then,
the audience. Establish the audience who are writing to. You
yes,
may be asked.
the people that you are going to write to them, and me here by the audience. Who are you writing to? Yes, complete, Omar.
You may be asked to write a relative, friend, or pen
A
friend.
relative, a friend, or a pen friend. Yes.
A pen friend is usually someone who lives in another country. England is a good choice for the purpose of this exam, and whom you have probably never met, but to whom you write mainly to improve your English.
Okay. Establish the implications.
Establish the implications. Establish which type of friend letter is required.
Thanks so much, Omar. Muhammad Rida. Muhammad Riyad.
Yes.
Yes, Muhammad. Okay. Format of
Of
okay. Will
a
please, Muhammad.
friendly letter. Friendly letters can be
Abdurrahman
divided.
with Abdurrahman Saad. I received your message. Okay, Abdurrahman, no problem. I know that you have a problem with the internet. Okay, Abdurrahman, thanks. Yes, Muhammad
Friendly
Rida. Huh?
format a friendly letter. Friendly letters can be divided into the following sections. Greeting, paragraph 1,
First paragraph.
introduction.
Yes, the first paragraph should
Paragraph
be
1, paragraph
introduction.
2,
Yes,
transition and body.
yes.
Paragraph 3, body.
Paragraph number
Paragraph
3,
4,
body. Paragraph number 4, okay.
conclusion.
Then,
Ending and signature.
yes, wait please, Muhammad. So, for when you write a friendly letter, you must have this point for at least 4 paragraphs. But the first one will be an introduction. The second paragraph, transition in the body. The third one will be the body. Then the number 4, the last paragraph will be a conclusion. And after you finish, you write your signature and ending for the letter. For the introduction, it will be different according to the type of the letter, as we'll see when we explain this type of letters in details. Yes, Muhammad Rida. Muhammad?
Yes, there are several different types of a friendly letter. You may be asked to write in the
Wait,
exam.
grade 8, please. May I ask you to turn on your cam?
What?
Grade 8 in general. Please turn on your cam. Turn on your cam. Yes, Muhammad.
There are several different types of friendly letters you may be asked to write in the exam. The body of each type has certain
Sorry,
features
has certain features which we will look at separately into 4 units
which we
of
will
section 2.
look at separately in the 4 units of season 2.
Section
Of
2. Muhammad,
section 2.
thanks so much, Muhammad, but I'd like from you to read too much at home, okay? To try to improve your reading, sorry, okay? Thanks so much, Hamada, for your attempt. Another one who can complete with me. I can select.
Yes.
Mr. Mimar Said.
Okay, Abbas.
Teacher Abbas.
Yes, Abbas. Huh?
What?
Yes, start reading. Huh?
Teacher, improving your informal writing greeting.
Yes, at
Be
first,
sure that you
before we write any paragraph, we start by greeting. Yes, we have different way for greeting. If we greet a friend or brother, sister, mother, father, parents, cousin, aunt, uncle, what can we write for greeting? Yes, Abbas. Huh? To a friend, we can
be
say
sure
what?
to a friend, dear, plus the
Dear
first
plus
name.
the first name of your friend. Huh? To a brother or
To a
sister.
brother or a sister, dear plus the first name.
Yes. Don't write dear brother Omar.
Dear brother Omar.
No, don't write. You write
We
dear
can write
Omar.
as the second name.
Yes, okay. So we can say
okay.
dear Omar. Okay, not dear brother Omar. So not be correct. Okay. Yes, complete our best. If you write to your mother or father, huh?
Or father, dear mom, dear dad. You cannot
Yes.
write dear mother or dear father.
Yes. Huh?
To your parents, dear
to
mom
your parents,
and dad.
To your parents, dear mom and
To
dad.
your parents,
Don't
dear mom
write,
and dad. You can,
don't write dear parents. Okay. Yes. Huh? To your
yes.
cousin.
To a cousin, dear plus the first name. You cannot write dear cousin Omar.
Yes, you can say
to an aunt,
dear Omar. Okay. Yes, to an aunt.
To an aunt, dear auntie plus the first name. To an uncle, dear uncle plus the first name.
So to an aunt, you can write dear auntie plus her first name. To your uncle, you can say dear uncle or write dear uncle and his first name.
In every case, use only the standard dear. Do not,
who
do
is
not be tempted to write.
Muhannad.
Yes, Mr. He is one with us.
Yes, okay, Muhannad. I know Muhannad. Yes, you can go if you want to go to the bathroom. Okay. You send them a message in the chat. Okay. Yes, Abbas, complete, please.
In every case, use only the standard dear. Do not be tempted to write dearest, my best friend.
So it's
Also,
not allowed. It's not allowed to use this way. So you can write dear, as we said, again, to your friend, dear, and the name of your friend, okay? First name, dear Ahmed, dear Ali, any name, okay? For brother or sister, dear Omar, dear Sarah, okay, if you have a sister. To your mother or father, you can say dear mom or dear dad. To your parents, you can say dear mom and dad. To your cousin, dear Omar. Don't say dear cousin Omar. Okay, not allowed. It's not allowed. Dear to your aunt, you can say dear auntie and her first name. Okay. To your uncle, you can say dear and the name of your dear uncle and his first name. Okay. Don't use dearest or my best friend. You start only all the friend letter by the word what? Huh? Dear for greeting. You follow me, grade 8?
Yes, mister.
Any problem till now?
No, thank you.
Well, this year, which one will we take? Both
again?
And this year, which one will we take?
For what?
Writing.
For writing, we'll take formal writing, okay? But you are required to study or revise informal writing because it will be a question in the midterm exam, okay?
Monthly.
You understand me?
Yes.
Maybe I asked you to write a letter or to write a school magazine article if you start it this term, okay? Yes. Complete Abbas, huh? Abbas, complete reading. I think that he has a problem. Abbas, can you hear me?
Mister, can you hear me?
Yes, now.
Yes, Mister, now I can hear you.
Yes.
Although most people now write their letters on computers, remember that the type of letter you will be writing in the exam is a handwritten. Perhaps paragraphs need to be clearly shown by indicating the first line of each new paragraph so that it lines up
A
under
new
the
paragraph.
comma following the ring.
Listen to me, new paragraph. Okay. Handwritten. Okay. Take care of this word.
Okay.
Yes. Complete. I'd like to stop with you, Ahmed, and you can ask another one to commit with me. Simon. Thanks so much, Ahmed.
Yes, Mister.
Simon, your cam and complete reading, please. What can we do in the introduction of friendly letters? Start with Simon.
Most types of friendly letters should have a short introduction, as this type of introduction is only used for friendly letter. It distinguishes them for any other kind of letter.
From any other kind of letter.
It would be quite wrong, for example, to use this type of introduction in a formal letter. More importantly, as soon as examiner reads your introduction, she will know whether you are able to show that you understand
different registers. Okay, what is the purpose of the introduction?
Introduction warms the
Listen
reader.
Listen to me. For the introduction, when we write an introduction, we write it to attract the reader, to make the take attention, or to, yes, as you said, to attract the reader to complete reading my letter. Okay, so I must write something that can help the reader go on reading the letter. Okay, you understand what I want to say? Grade 8.
Yes, Mister, we understand.
Okay.
Yes, Mister.
Okay, Simon, complete please.
The introduction warms up the reader up and prepares for the main part of the letter, so the reader knows what to expect and can get in the right mood. Look at this example of a letter without an introduction. Dear Uncle Omar, I am writing because I want to come and stay with you for a month. This sounds very blunt and rude. Even
yes,
if Uncle...
I can't start writing my letter in this way. I must make at first an introduction, yes, to warm the reader up for what I'd like to say or what I'd like to tell him about. If I have a problem, if I'd like to tell him about an occasion, for example, okay, I must write an introduction before telling him. As I said here, I am writing because I want to come and stay with you for a month. How? It's a rude way in writing, yes? Yes, you didn't say any introduction before what you have said. Yes?
Yes.
Is it correct? No. Yes, we can, as I said, this sounds very blunt and rude. Implied way, yes?
Yes.
Yes, complete, Simon?
Even if Uncle Omar agrees to the request, he may consider your language inappropriate, not suitable. Here is another example.
Yes.
Dear Hiba, if you want my advice on how to lose weight, stop eating chocolate.
Yes, can I say for a girl in this way, if you want my advice on how to lose weight, stop eating chocolate, it's acceptable? It's acceptable way, Simon?
No.
No, so I didn't say any warming up for what I'd like to tell her, yes? So it will not be acceptable. Am I right? It's also impolite way, or rude way. You know, if I like to tell someone about my advice in this way, it will not be acceptable. Yes, complete, Simon.
Again, this sounds very cold and definitely unfriendly. Also, the advice itself may be relevant. The language used to express the sound uncaring because it is too direct.
Yes.
Too direct.
The introduction also.
The introduction also establishes a relationship between the writer, you, and the audience. The person you are writing to. Look at this phrase.
Yes.
I'm sorry I haven't written this week, but.
So I must start by this introduction before telling anything for the one who I sent the letter. Yes, as we said, I can say for this girl, stop eating chocolate directly. I must make me warming up before, yes? Before telling her this advice. Am I right, grade 8?
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Yes, you are right, Mr.
Yes, complete.
The
Simon?
phrase this week tells us how differently the writer and the reader are because it implies, and you understand that they usually write to each other every week, so they must be good friends.
Thanks. Complete time also. What do I write in an introduction?
There are several sets.
Skip this paragraph and say the points at first using what?
Apology.
An apology. And
saying sorry.
As we said, yes, as we said, I am sorry for the first, for this sentence. I am sorry I haven't written this week, but yes, or we have different way for apologizing by saying, huh? Yes, Simon?
I'm sorry I haven't written for ages, but I have been busy studying and haven't had the time.
So you must support your apology by stating the reason. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, complete. Huh?
How can the sentence be adapted? The construction with for plus length of time could change to a long time for so long.
So in this way, you make update for your apology. Yes? Huh? I am sorry.
I'm sorry, I haven't written for ages. So long, a long
or for time. So long or for a long time. The construction with for could be replaced by a construction with since plus specific time. For example, yes, Simon, huh?
I'm sorry I haven't written since your birthday, the party we last met.
So we have different ways for writing and apologize. Complete also, we can ask another one to complete with me. Muhammad Midhat. Muhammad Midhat. Muhammad Midhat. Muhammad Riyad. Muhammad Riyad.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, Muhammad, complete please. The actual reason? The actual reason? Muhammad Riyad.
Yes, Mr.
Sir, can I read?
Who?
Muhannad.
Muhannad. Okay, Muhannad. Quickly, because we have only 1 minute.
The actual reason for not writing can change.
Yes.
Sir, also complete?
Yes, complete. I have been.
I have been busy.
Moving,
settling into my new house.
Busy rehearsing for the school play. I have been busy getting fit at the gym. Okay. Please read letter B.
Apologizing when there is no real excuse for not writing.
Yes. Read,
I have been meaning
I have
been meaning to write for ages, but I am afraid I just haven't got round to it.
Yes. How can the sentence be updated?
The construction with for can change as we have just seen above.
As we have just seen above, we can say I have been meaning to write for ages, can be for a long time or for several weeks, okay, can be in this way. For several years, maybe, okay? Yes, complete the last part in this section. Yes.
Again, the excuse can change, but because there is no real reason for not having written, the phrases used are very vague.
Yes, not clear, I mean here. Okay, we can also, because of the time, other introductions, yes, this part,
Other introductions to friendly letter do not involve an apology.
Apologize, apologize, For example,
It
it
was
was
lovely.
lovely to get your letter
Get your letter
yesterday,
yesterday.
or it was great to hear from you last week. This type of introduction has no apologize. Yes, apologize. There is no apologize in this type of introduction. Number 3,
An introduction to an informal letter can also begin with something very personal to show your friendship.
Like,
I hope you are feeling better, or I hope you have got over the flu.
or we can say congratulations on passing the exam. Yes,
Yes.
I hope you are feeling better. I hope you have got over the flu. What subjects that you have after this session?
Maybe biology or business.
Business,
Okay,
business.
okay,
Business.
okay. I am with you till the teacher attend. Okay. Transitions. For the transition, I need this part with you using the words anyway or anyhow. You can use the past tense. You can use other methods. For example, I think Mrs. Lemis joined us, so I stopped till this part. Okay. Thanks so much. You get it for lesson.
Okay.